Hello everyone, welcome to another video of General Science of class 9, and we are going to continue with the numericals of page number 109 and 110 of chapter 8 motion. Okay, so these numericals are based on the equations of motion. So we know that there are three equations. One is V is equal to U plus AT. Second is S is equal to UT plus half AT squared. And the last one is V square is equal to U square plus twice AS. So we are going to use these equations to solve the given questions. So let us look into question number 1. And what is the question? Look at your book, page number 109. A bus starting from rest moves with an uniform acceleration of 0.1 meter per second square for 2 minutes. Find the speed acquired and the distance traveled. Okay, so what we need to do is, let us first write what are given. So what are the given quantities? We have a bus starting from rest. Starts from rest means the initial velocity, that is u, is going to be 0, because at rest means the body is not moving. It starts from rest, so the body was stagnant and then it started moving. Okay, it gathered uniform acceleration. So acceleration is given. Acceleration is a, and the acceleration is 0.1 meter per second square. Okay, this is fine. And we are given time. Time given denoted by t is 2 minutes. So let us convert this minutes into seconds, because here we have seconds as the unit. So 2 minutes means obviously 2 into 60 seconds, which is 120 seconds. So we have time, we have initial velocity, and we have acceleration. What do we need to find? The first part, find the speed acquired. Speed acquired means the final velocity. So which equation will we use? We need to find v. Okay, to find v, it is final velocity. So which formula can we use from here? What do we have? U, A and T we have, and we need to find v. So see, U, A and T, these three are available here. We need to find v. So let us use the first equation of motion. So we know v is equal to u plus at. So what is u? U is 0, acceleration is 0.1, and time is 120. So this is 1.12 meter per second. So this is the final velocity or the speed acquired. What is number b? We have to find the distance traveled, that is s. We have to find s. So now we have u, a, t and v. We have these four quantities, we need to find s. So which formula? Either we can use this one or this one, any one of our choice. So let us use this one, the third one. I hope it will be easy. So you can use number 2 also, means the second equation also. So it's your choice. So we know v square equals to u square plus twice as. What is v? V is 12. From here we have got. U is obviously, we know from the beginning it was 0. What is acceleration? Acceleration is 0.1. And what is the distance? We have to find. So this is 144 equal to 0.2 s. So s is equal to 144 by 0.2. So this is going to be 0.1, and here we are going to get 72. So it is going to be 720. Okay, so therefore distance is 720 meter, velocity is 12 meter per second. So that's how you solve this sum. Okay, this is question number 1 done. Let's move on to the next one, into page number 110, and see what question do we have there. So the first one, now question number 2. In question number 2, what do we have? We have a train is traveling at a speed of 90 km per hour. Brakes are applied so that it produces a uniform acceleration of minus 0.5 meter per second. Find how far the train will go before it is brought to rest. Okay, so from the question, what are the things that we get? What are given? Given that the train was moving with a velocity of 90 km per hour, that was the initial velocity. Was moving means at the beginning it was moving with, u, or you can write initial velocity, which is u, is given as 90 km per hour. Okay, then brakes were applied and the acceleration was, it was a negative acceleration because brakes were applied. So it is minus 0.5 meter per second square. and we have to find the distance it has traveled before it has been brought to rest. Before it has been brought to rest means the body was moving, it will come to rest, a halt. Halt means the final velocity will be, at the end the velocity will be 0, or final velocity v will be 0, because the body will come to rest. Rest means no velocity, 0. So we have to find the distance. Okay, so which formula we will use? We have u, a and v. So let us use this formula, the third equation. We know v square is equal to u square plus twice as. This equation we can use because v, we know final velocity is 0. U is initial velocity, this is 90 squared. Okay, I missed one thing. Let us convert this 90 into meter per second, because this is already in meter per second square. So what we can do is 90 into 1000 will give us meters, and 60 into 60 will give us our second. So it is going to be meter per second. So we can cancel these out. Then we have 900 by 36. So let's do it off. Or we can keep it like this. Should we keep it like this? This is going to be 900 by 36 meter per second. Or you can find the value actually. Okay, as of now, let's keep it like this. Let's see how we can find a solution. So this is going to be 900 by 36 squared plus twice acceleration is minus 0.5 and distance we have to find out. So what is it going to be? This is going to be a side change. So it is going to be minus 810000 and 36 squared. Okay. So 36 squared will be, from here we can find out 36 3 18216, and here we have 108, I guess, yeah, 6921 1296 is equal to, this is going to be minus 1 into s. So minus minus we can cancel out. So s is going to be 810000 by 1296 meters. So calculate this in decimal. Okay. Once you find the decimal, it will be the answer. So this part you do it by yourself, okay? So this is the calculation part. Now the formula that we are using is really important. So be very wise about choosing the formula, because if you had chosen another formula, suppose s is equal to ut plus half at squared, you could not have solved, because here we need time. We don't have time anywhere here. So this will not be applicable. So choose your formula according to the data that is given. Whatever information you have, use this information to choose the formula. So we have done two sums now. Let's move on to the next one. Let us try question number 4. Okay, question number 4. What do we have here? A racing car has a uniform acceleration of 4 meter per second square. What distance will it cover in 10 seconds after start? Okay, very simple. So I'll not be solving the whole one. I'll be giving you the idea. So what is given? The part which is given, let us see. It has an uniform acceleration of 4 meter per second square. A racing car has an uniform acceleration. So acceleration is given as 4 meter per second square. What distance will it cover in 10 seconds after start? After start means when a car starts, obviously its initial velocity will be 0. At the beginning, when the car is starting, its velocity will be 0. So initial velocity will be 0 and 10 seconds. Time is given as 10 seconds. We have to find what distance will it cover? We have to find s. So which formula will we use now? We have u, t and a. These things we have. Which formula will we use? So we will use s is equal to ut plus half at squared. So because u we have, it is 0, time is 10, plus half into acceleration is 4 and time is again 10 squared. So this part is 0 plus 2 into 100, so it is 200 meters. Simple as that. Okay, so again, as I said, choose the formula wisely. If you choose the wrong formula, you won't be able to solve and you are going to think that the sums are so tough. Look at what are the given data, and using this data you can choose your formula. Okay, let's move on to the next one, question number 5, the last one of the in-text questions exercise. So a stone is thrown vertically upward. direction with a velocity of 5 meter per second square. If the acceleration of the stone during its motion is 10 meter per second square in the downward direction, what will be the height attained by the stone and how much time will it take to reach there? So again the same thing. So what it is given here is its initial velocity is given. A stone was thrown vertically upward with a velocity of 5 meter per second. So initial velocity is 5 meter per second. So whenever you write in the exam, mention initial velocity, then write u. Okay, just like we have done here in our previous sums, we had written initial velocity u. Okay, I am doing this just to save time in the video. So u is equal to 5 meter per second. Acceleration is 10 meter per second square, but in the downward direction. The stone was thrown up. Now the gravity will pull the stone down, right? That's why when the stone moves up, it will come to a rest. As it is going up, it will slow down and ultimately come to rest. So whenever anything is thrown up, the acceleration is negative. So this will be minus 10. That's why in the question it is given that the acceleration is 10 meter per second square in the downward direction. Means the gravity is pulling the stone down. So that's why acceleration will be minus 10 meter per second square. What will be the height attained by the stone? So we have to find. So what will be the final velocity? As the stone is moving up, it will come to a rest and then it will come down, right? So that means as it is moving up, at the end of the upward journey, it will come to a rest. So our final velocity will be 0, right? So we have 3 data now, 3 information. Using this, we can find our required quantity. So what do we have to find? We have to find what will be the height attained by the stone. Height attained means how much distance it has covered. So we have to find S, and we have to find how much time will it take to reach the top. So we have to find S and T, 2 things we have to find. So which formula will we use first? See, if you want to find the distance, we can use, we know S is equal to, V square is equal to U square plus twice AS. So here V we know it is 0, U we know it is 5, plus 2 into acceleration is minus 10, and S we have to find out. So this is 0 equal to 25 plus minus minus 20s. So we are going to get side change. So it will be going to be minus 25 equal to minus 20s. Minus will cancel out. S is equal to 25 by 20. Okay. So this is going to be 4 by 5, 5 by 4, which is 0. Something around, not 0 point, sorry, 1.25 I guess. Yes, 1.25 meters. This is the distance traveled, right? Okay, we have got the distance. Now we need the time. We can use the formula V equal to U plus AT. So again we will write, we know V is equal to U plus AT. V is 0. Initial velocity we have seen here, it is 5. Or is it? Yeah, it is 5. Plus acceleration is minus 10, and we have to find the time. So side change, minus 5 is equal to minus 10t. Minus minus cancels. T is equal to 5 by 10. So T is equal to 0.5 seconds. So that's how you solve this sum. Okay. So these questions have given you the idea of how to solve equations using the three equations of motion. The 3 equations of motion which we have seen earlier. V equal to U plus AT, S equal to UT plus half AT square, and V square is equal to U square plus twice AS. So I hope this gives you an idea of how to solve the numericals. The remaining some examples are given in the book. Now that you have understood how it is done, go through the examples and you will easily understand how the examples have been actually solved. So, and also in the exercise, at the end of the chapter, in page number 112, you are going to find 3 or 4 sums based on this concept. So you can try those out yourself also. These are of the same type, same things will be given, you have to find the answer. So I have shown you 4 sums here. One sum I have not shown you because it is easy, so you can try it out yourself. So I hope that you have understood what you have done. Remember one thing, one very important thing is with the units. Keep the units same, okay? Like for here it is meter per second square, here it was minutes, so I had to change it to seconds. So whenever you read the question properly with proper dedication, so that when you find any mismatch in the unit, you can convert them into the same unit. If you don't convert the units into the same unit, then the whole sum will be wrong. Okay, I'm sorry. The whole sum is going to be wrong. So don't do that. Try to read the questions very, very carefully before you start, because one single unit you miss, you are going to miss the whole sum. Okay, so thank you everyone for watching, and until next time, cheers.